I told you before. Switch off the light behind me. My village witches not let me do my thing. My village witches are really active. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Sorry.
It's all right. We're here.
My village witches will not let me do my things. Well, we're back. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you guys for they're back here. So we were at a situation whereby at one point in life I've tried to, I think I'm the one who's dark. You see, I've refused to accept this color, trying to look for light, but I think we are better now.
No, we see you. We see you.
Yeah, I tried to use you know, this product we used to buy somewhere behind. It was called something light, color light or something. I tried to change my color so I could look beautiful, because I believe that women who are, you know, who are light skin are more prettier than me. And then what I didn't like was my knuckles didn't look the same. Then my behind was awful, and you know, it was just, I always felt like something is just amiss.
Yeah.
So it took me time, and I think the person who made me feel that I am pretty was Papa Oyo. He wouldn't even allow me to do makeup. He said, "You are beautiful. You are such a beautiful woman." He built my self-esteem, and slowly by slowly, I began to collect myself. And you know, the noise that comes from outside cannot affect me, because inside there is a strong woman who believes and knows that I'm actually very pretty. So whatever comes from outside cannot destroy me, because I've already built the thick skin from within. And thank you once again for Sulwe.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome. So what have you learned about yourself from writing this book, Sulwe? What have you discovered?
Well, what have I discovered from writing Sulwe? Well, I definitely discovered that writing a children's book is a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah.
You know, when I started writing the book, I thought, this is going to be really quick. You know, one weekend, I'll have the story and that's that. But it was not the case. I mean, it's actually really hard, because you have to distill, you know, complex ideas into very simple language. So it took me a total of 2 years to complete Sulwe. It's the truth.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think this one should be your next career. Please write some more books, because I'm planning to have more children. This one is, yeah, it's you know, it's an art for you to even just think about children. There are not so many books to be read for children, and especially the fact that now you made it in 3. What made you think of doing the 3 versions? Especially, I would like to read the Luo version. I would love to read the Luo version to my kids.
I mean, your Luo is like honey, so you should definitely do that. I wanted to write it in Swahili and have it written in Swahili and Luo, because I just felt like I wished I had children's books in my mother tongue and in our national language, more children's books in our national language than we really did. And I think it's a pity that we always, we end up developing our colonial language and ignoring or neglecting our native languages. So for me, the idea, I mean, the first language I uttered was Luo. And so, and you know, along the way, you go to school, and in school, you're in a multi-ethnic environment, and they outlaw speaking in your mother tongue. And for a little child, that registers as my mother tongue is bad. And so I stopped speaking Luo at some point regularly. And because I stopped speaking it, my Luo suffered for it. I still speak it, and I understand more than I'm able to speak. But I feel so sad that I kind of lost it. And so writing the book in Luo, having it available in Luo, was also to serve that audience that wants, that A, might not understand English, but also B, might want to just hold on to their native tongue. And it was not easy. And, you know, at first the publishers thought, this is not going to sell because people, because there's no market for it. But there's no market for it because there's no books being written in Swahili and, I mean, translated into those languages with regularity. So I was like, well, let's try. Let's see whether there will be a market for it. And it's been amazing. It's been astounding how many people want that copy in Swahili, want that copy in Luo. And hopefully it reaches more people. And the desire is to have it in other languages as well. I just started with the ones that come easily for me.
Wow, great. And I think it's a blessing because my mom was a teacher before she went into politics. And we definitely had, during my time, you had to speak your language. There was a vernacular, it was called, and there was a book called Apirima. This Apirima, there was something called Aneno Dede Kachamolu, Bloom Chamodede, or something of the sort. So, we were taught to speak our mother tongue, the first language. Most people think that when you speak language, you are primitive. Well, me, I love speaking in Luo, especially when I'm gossiping. I love my mother tongue. Even when I'm doing employment, normally I have to check someone doesn't speak my language because I gossip a lot in the car because normally I work a lot. So yeah. I have most of my fans from the central and they requested if you could publish Sulwe, please, also in all the 47 languages. Trust me.
You know what? I would love that. What it takes is demand. So yes. There has to be a demand for it. There have to be people clamoring for it, and then the Kenyan publisher will have no choice but to translate it into those languages. So please, if you want the language if you want Sulu in your language, let it be known. The Kenyan publisher is Bookbunk, and yeah, take it up with them. Make it happen. Yes, please.
Yeah, many times I can see people asking, how much is the book and where can I get the book? In Kenya, is it available in France? I can see some people from Germany. Larry Baba official is asking, where can he buy the book from Germany?
Okay, the German one is yet to come. It's in development, but it exists. Right now. I think Sulwe exists in Portuguese, Arabic, Korean, German, and French. I think those are. French. So it will be there.
Right.
But in Kenya, you can find it at Textbook Center and Mom's Village mainly.
Okay. So in Kenya, you can find it at Textbook Center, Mom's Village, Rafu Books, Prestige Bookstore, right? Nuria Bookstore. Make sure you go and grab your piece of Sulwe. And could you guys tell us the meaning of Sulwe? Because some people are wondering what Sulwe is.
Sulwe means star in Luo. And I've always loved the sound of that word. I remember walking with my mom. We were in our village and walking with my mom, and she looked up at the stars and she just said in Luo, "Look at those stars." And that word Sulwe just stayed with me, and I always thought, man, one of these days I'm gonna have a daughter and I'm gonna name her Sulwe. And so really this book is my first child.
Oh, beautiful. So some people ask the questions. Some people ask, okay, just hold on. We are gonna answer you. Lupita gonna answer all the questions, including those who are dropping their hands in marriage. Oh, someone is asking for your hand in marriage. She's gonna reply that. Please just allow us go through and listen to our superstar introduce Sulwe officially to us. The crazy fans. So you've spoken about how you've learned to define beauty on your own terms and the importance of colonizing society's notions of beauty. Talk to us about that journey.
I mean, yeah. Well, I think it's about, I think sometimes society's standards of beauty can be quite narrow. That's why you have this European notion of beauty being the most popular one, right? Light skin, straight hair, and all that. And because I didn't fit into that mold, it took me some time to find my footing and to appreciate the beauty in my dark skin. But also, my mother really helped to instill in me that beauty is beyond that. Beauty is about how you are, what you bring from your inside, what you exude, the qualities that you you operate with. And I think love and grace and kindness are forms of beauty that actually end up complementing what you look like.
Beautiful. I love your mother. I love your mom to death. She's full of positive energy. And for the fans who are tuned in, you heard that most 3/4 of the time about Lupita's beauty, it is her mother who kept on reminding her. So those who are looking for role models, please, your mother.
Yes.
Before you point fingers to any celebrity, charity begins at home. Your mother should be your role model. My mother is my role model. She taught me how to wake up. Okay, not role model in terms of dressing. I'm not a very normal person when it comes to dressing. I dress my body according to how I understand it. But my mother is my role model. She works hard. She's a philanthropist. She goes out of her way to give what she can. So to those who are on board right now, just know that for your child to be responsible, do not allow society to raise your child for you. You as a mother, you are fully responsible for your own child. The child that you brought on this planet Earth should be your sole responsibility before you bring it to the society. Because if Lupita was not taught by her mother, she would have become a nuisance. And you see, she keeps on referring to her mother. When she could not hold her skin, it is her mother. When she was being discriminated, it is her mother. So your mother should be your first role model before you bring your children or your child for the society to raise your children, right?
Yeah, and there's someone here, Karma 8 Kitty, who says that her father was the positive person. And that happens too, you know. I mean, you know, I think it's the responsibility of both parents. And if you have that, then your battle is half won, to have parents that support you. And in the situations where you don't have that, you can find other adults who might fill that role. But I think it's really important to have a positive image to look up to. So, you know, the world is, you know.
When a child is born, the first person they set their eyes on are their parents, right?
Right.
So as a parent,
I can talk Swahili.
Yes, they can speak. They're asking for us to speak in Swahili. We also have Sulwe published in Swahili as well. I think we have here. Unaweza kuongea Kiswahili? Tafadhali unaweza kuongea Kiswahili?
Ninaweza kuongea Kiswahili, lakini Swahili langu ni ya Mjaluo. Okay? I speak Swahili like Jaluo, please.
Okay. Sasa tutauliza swali moja kwa Kiswahili. Wanauliza kwa sababu gani, unasikiaje wakati uliamua kuchapisha hichi kitabu cha Sulwe hapa mjini Kenya?
Why is this? Why? Atikuchapisha. I mean, I told you I don't speak. I speak Swahili like a Luo.
I'm teaching you 10 names now.
No, you listen. Yeah. The thing is, you know, Swahili started at the coast, and the Luos were the last one to hear about it. Okay. So
okay, thank you. Very good. And now let's go to Kijaluo then. One word for the kinsmen. Watakasirika.
Okay.
I put it right because thank God you opened your mouth while talking to me, because I was panicking, but not so panicking because we had spoken before. Otherwise, I would be sweating all over. I fear English.
You do? But you speak it. You're speaking it right now.
I do. I speak English. Oh my goodness.
Of course you speak English.
I speak more Luo than English. I think I speak Anglo-Luo. So my parents made me believe I don't speak English. So I'm always in my small corner.
No.
Yeah. They love it. They love it when they insult me. But I normally tell them, when you're insulting me, please just garnish it with a bit of respect. Just garnish it. I understand. Don't remind me of my problems. My English teacher was always coming to class in some other, you know. So I have some women tuned in here and some kinsmen asking I should ask you this question in Luo.
Okay, ask me in Luo, but I will listen. You can ask me in Luo, and like if I can, at least my understanding will be there, and then I need to be taken out of this exam, please.
The way you gave me stress in that, you know, I went to watch this because it was trending, so I didn't want to be left out. I don't like movies because those English, trust me, but those English they pass me. I've understood. You know, when you accept yourself, it's better. So my kids insisted that we should go and watch and see what's trending. I didn't want to be left out, so I went. The moment I walked in, the first 5 minutes, things were going around like this. I switched off. So I fell asleep because my eyes were also, I don't really like movies, but I had to go just to go and witness my, you know, my Nyaseme do her thing. Those English gave me headache. Now, you know, it's reality. I mean, I speak Luo English and Anglo English. So.
Listen, own it, own it. You speak it and you add spice to it, and please, your English is definitely better than my Luo. So go ahead, ask that question. Ask that.
Yeah, as long as, you know, if English can take me from point A to point B, I can survive in America. I've been surviving a bit when I go to collect awards. And this is getting interesting. And I can see some fans have questions for you. Please, could you kindly read the questions that fans were asking, or you want me to read them for you?
Oh, yeah, no, I can do that. Okay, let's see.
You give them a shout out, they can also feel, you know, part and parcel of us. Are you guys enjoying, or should we end the live? We don't want to be boring. Oh, my English is coming. Lupita, we should be doing this live more.
Wait, I can't find the questions. Hold up. Where are the questions? Oh, here. I think I have them. The questions. Okay, what's one thing about you that you love and one thing you could change about yourself? Asks Wayne. I think Wayne Kufe. I'm not sure. I would say one thing that I love about myself is that I like my legs. I do. I like my legs. They take me.
Wait.
What?
I had never noticed your legs until one of my brothers said, "Her legs." I'm like, when did you see Lupita's legs?
They're
He is married, so I will not say his name. Let the wife walk away.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that I am not mad at my legs, thank you, Lord. And one thing that I could change about myself, I would change. I wish I was more forgiving. I have a hard time forgiving. I can hold a grudge. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What about you? What do you love about yourself, and what would you like to change about yourself?
What I love about myself most is that I've only been myself since I was born, and I've never been somebody else. So I can never be somebody else. And if there's anything that I would like to change about myself is having a big heart. I forgive too quick. And I get hurt all the time. So you are in the right. I move on faster than the people who hurt me. So they keep on coming back to hurt me. But the most beautiful part of my body is my legs.
Okay.
I have the longest legs ever.
Yes, you do.
I only shop in South Africa. I only shop in South Africa because in Europe, the trousers don't fit my legs. I am longer from the waist down.
Right.
Upstairs, God can sort out because even a goat has appearance.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So I feel you with the forgiving, and as a celebrity, I feel you. I'm learning to try to not really to forgive, and but I don't.
Wait, no. I think your quality is admirable. Being able to forgive will help you sleep at night. You know, it's good. It's good for your health to forgive. So please don't curse yourself.
I don't know how to take out this hat, you know, and just think. You know me, we can fight today and tomorrow we are talking. I'll actually be calling you. But now the problem is some people, when they wrong you and you go to ask forgiveness, you don't forgive because they deserve it. I forgive because I have nowhere else to keep. Imagine if I start keeping grudge with all the people who wronged me. I would die of their baggage instead of walking.
Precisely.
Because they keep on wronging me every single day. And that's why every year I buy a new phone with a new line. So I leave people behind as I move on into my new life. Makes my luggage easier.
Yeah, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Next
Okay, so
question. You know me, these people. Yeah.
okay, Chine Ezekwesili asked, I believe there's gratitude to be found in every experience because in every experience, even the negative ones, is a lesson. What about your experience of colorism are you grateful for? I would say that I'm grateful. My experience with colorism gave me a story to tell, and I'm grateful for that. You know, you like I said, like you make your wound your weapon, and that's where you find great strength. So for me, I'm grateful for the experience. I wouldn't want to wish it on anyone, and that's why I wrote Sulwe to hopefully have fewer kids go through that. But I'm definitely grateful to have had that experience.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Turn your wounds into wisdom.
Right.
That is the only way you can be a courageous person. I mean, like when, you know, everyone who comes into your life is either a lesson, a curse, or a blessing. So even them haters, we love them. I saw Chine ask about negative ones, people who are negative who comes. How do you deal with negativity? I mean, like, you just wake up and put a beautiful photo, maybe you having dinner, and all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I do is I try and protect myself from negativity. So I don't go looking for it. I mean, these days with social media, there's so many opportunities to find negativity. So I try and stay away from sensational comments and stuff like that. And I try and just be as present as possible. I also meditate, which is very, very helpful to just just let go of things. Because like I said, I have trouble forgiving. So if I feel negative energy, it stays with me for a long time. So I try and avoid it to begin with. And I surround myself with people who know me and love me, you know? And yeah, just keep the circle small and meaningful.
The haters that I fear most are the ones who are present and physically in my life. But the one on social media, my bread and butter. I will go there, I will scroll and leave all because the positive ones already motivate me. So I'm looking for those who have refused to accept that I've actually made it. Yeah. And what I learned about haters, especially on social media, for me, they don't get to. I take them as you know, they are my watchdogs. Okay, they are my watchdogs. So at least they keep me on toes. All right. So I want them to live longer so they can still see the achievements and show them that the things they say they couldn't achieve, now I'm achieving in their presence. And you know, you can never pour from an empty cup, right? If you have love, you pour love. If you have hatred, you pour hatred. So I believe people who hate on social media, they have too much hatred within themselves. They hate themselves so much that the heart is willing to do what you're doing, but the body is weak. So the only way they can they can try to bridge the gap between you and them is try talk you out of your dream, right? I've been trolled so much, and I love it because when they don't troll me, I'm not making money. I need them to talk. Because if they don't. Also, when they don't insult me, I'm not feeling very well because I need them to talk. So I'm popping from all tabloids. It's making fun for me. But the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of frustration on social media from the haters. There's a lot of frustration right now, especially with the COVID, and most people find solace and comfort in trolling celebrities. When I learned how to deal with the fans, is you can see that when a celebrity is going through a hard time, they celebrate. When you're doing good, they celebrate. When you are doing bad, they abandon you. So it's a love-hate relationship. So you have to know how to deal with these people. Haters on social media don't scare me. The ones who scare me are the ones that are around me and I do not know that they hate me. You know, this one have already introduced themselves. Yeah. So before we get out of the context, next question.
You reading it or I'm reading it?
No, it's your question. They're asking you.
Okay. Are you producing the animation film for Sulwe? And if so, will you produce it under your own company? The answers are yes and yes. I'm working, of course, with Netflix. I'm very excited about Sulwe becoming a animated musical, because Netflix has such a wide reach, and it was so important to me. And we all live on Netflix, more or less, and it was important to me to have it on a platform where people at home could watch it. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a great learning experience for me. And I think I'm going to grow a lot from it. And the team there is just wonderful.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you. So what have you been doing to keep sane during COVID? Oh, well, that one, Walpa PB, Melissa Howell asked that question. And I would say, I think COVID and lockdown made me really realize how much I missed my family. So I speak to my family every day. I try and spend as much time with them as possible. And that has been a great change. You know, in the world as it was before, you're moving so fast, you don't have time for the people you love. And then when the world shuts down, you realize that that's all that matters, you know, is the people that you love and people that you can touch and have an effect on. And so it just gave me it reprioritized how I spend time with my family. And they've kept me sane. Yeah. How about you? How have you stayed sane during COVID?
During COVID, I would say that I'm sorry that COVID really shut down a lot of businesses and the lives and so on. But personally, I really grew during this COVID. I got time to bond with my kids, apart from the one who are living in France because of the lockdown. But I really found out who my girls are after they became women. You know, they left my hands and became women, from children to women. And I found more about myself. I actually realized that I didn't need a lot of people around me. Before, I used to move around with not less than 10 people, maybe because I was just paranoid about, I still have the paranoia. I can't leave my house to go shopping, actually, because I have no freedom anymore. Do you know what I'm talking about? So after COVID came, I actually realized that I can actually stay a whole month at home without living outside. And it gave me opportunity to even think much more. I grew much more. I identified the kind of a person I am. I worked on my emotions. I developed quite a lot. I learned when, how, why to spend money. I actually realized that not so many things really did make sense. I was one person who would move. I just wake up in the morning and call. Can you get me a flight to South Africa? Can you get me a flight to France? I was just all over the place for nothing. And my bills reduced from 3.5 million a month, the light is off, 3.5 million a month to 1.5 a month. So COVID really, really toned me down. And I would say that for me, it has really, really taught me a lot. And I've been live with my fans almost every day, teaching each other, encouraging each other, motivating each other. And yeah, it's a blessing. And in each and every situation, there has to be a solution, isn't it? So we can't just go somewhere and start crying and say it's COVID, COVID, COVID. No, COVID, we have to learn how we now change our stress into a reality, you know? Change your stress into, you call these people are all over me, these technical people. So my English is, change your stress into ideas. I don't want this movement here. You are taking away my English. Yeah. So, yeah, COVID was a curse and a blessing at the same time. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So the last question, I think.
Yeah, let's do the last question. Which one? You want to choose it?
Grateful to hear the book is being animated.
Great.
Yeah, someone is asking this girl follows you quite a lot. She's sent 3, 4, she's very interested in this. Yes.
Yeah. She asked, grateful to hear the book is being animated. If you were to write another book on an insecurity you've learned to conquer, what would it be on? And what lessons would you pass across to others currently dealing with it? You know what? That is a good question. When I got told, if I were to write something else, I would like to write something about sensitivity. about having deep felt emotions. When I was younger, I got told that I was too emotional about things. And what it did is that it made me feel inadequate. It made me feel like I'm a drama queen. Luckily, I turned to a career that requires me to be very emotional. But I think that emotions are a really good source of information, and it is very important to allow children who don't understand the world, they're new in the world, to allow them to experience the size of the emotions that they're having. Because in relation to their age, that those sizes make perfect sense. So if I could write a book that addressed that, I would love to allow to kind of give children permission to feel, and to also maybe teach adults how important it is to harness and develop a child's emotional availability, because it helps it actually keeps you in tune with what's going on around you, to be receptive emotionally.
Wow, wow, that's very sensitive, because I didn't know that your career can actually, change you into somebody. So you mean your career like affected your emotions and made you?
Well, no, what I mean is that being an actor requires me to have access to my emotions, right? Because in order to be able to play make-believe and to pretend like my mother has just died and my father has abandoned me and all those things that aren't true to my life, and cry and do. Yes, it takes a certain girth of emotional accessibility. And so in the end, me being hyper emotional was actually quite helpful to my career, because if I wasn't as hyper emotional, I might not be able to do half the roles that I've been able to do. So again, it's something that seems like it's a weakness, but it's actually a strength. And that you'll find that a lot with what people criticize you about. I think sometimes it's good to pay attention to what you're being criticized about and find a way to harness that for some good, and find a way to make that criticism, that thing that they're pointing out, that's the thing that probably makes you special, and you can use it to your advantage.
Like they always say, I walk naked. Now I walk naked every day, every single day. Over the weekend, they know. Because I just realized it is my beautiful body that they don't want to see at 40, a mother of 5. So the truth of the matter is they're admiring the body, but they have refused to accept it. So to the girls who are listening to Lupita, every time someone criticizes you, please pay attention to the criticism. Because maybe whatever they're criticizing is the star in you. When I started singing, hey, these people refused. They actually, even sometimes when I call myself a celeb, they don't want. They refuse. But they are following. So I don't know what a celeb means. They actually tell me, you are not Beyonce, you are not, but I am the Akothee. I am not saying I want to be Beyonce. I am the Akothee. So it took time for even Kenyans to accept me to be sincere. They received me from outside. I'll just wake up in the morning and I'm trending from all over the world for being, one day one of my photos leaked. When you go to a concert and then the lighting was not correct, and then my PA came late with my stocking, and the stocking were darker than me. Actually, I was better off without stocking. Then now the lighting hit some, I don't know what, and then bounced back. They finished me. These people finished, they scattered everything from up to toe. They even said I should be deported. They were even embarrassed of me being so ugly. Then they photographed me with Beyonce. There's nothing they did not do. But then nowadays, I came to realize that it is the beauty that they were emphasizing. They've actually made me accept and love myself more. At one point, I dropped makeup because I spent so much money on makeup. I was so acquainted to makeup. I would do makeup, and then when I come back and I wake up in the morning, I look at myself and I, this is not me. So to take me time to adjust and accept that actually this is the me. When I woke up and realized they want to see this, This one, this is me. So accept me, take me the way I am. Because even the boyfriend or the man you are dating, when you wake up in the morning, they will now see the real you. So the criticism of, oh, that makeup, every time I took a photo, no, fire your makeup artist, fire your makeup artist. That makeup artist, no. So I woke up and say, every time I pay 10,000, I pay 5,000 for this makeup. I dropped it. Almost for 2 years, I was pretty. Still pretty. I was prettier. But then they will start telling you, you look better natural without makeup. Tomorrow you will do makeup. You will drop the makeup. Oh, I like you with makeup. So you're just in a roller coaster of confusion. Then I woke up in the morning and said, why are these people living my life though? So I dropped makeup for 2 years, and I used to go to shows without makeup. It made my management work easier. I saved my money. So up when I turned 40, I realized that some things don't matter. What matters is that are they happy? Because when I'm happy, I can share happiness. So thank you very, very much, Lupita, for that. And please write books about emotion. And we compel you, we force you now to be the ambassador of children's books. I will be here to support. Just children's stories on even how to become a star, please. Because everybody wants to be Lupita. My daughter loves you so much. My daughter loves you like crazy. Ru baby loves you. It's her birthday today. She refused to come to Mombasa. I know. Happy birthday, Ru baby! Happy birthday! Shout out. I think she don't want me to invade her privacy, so she dumped my holiday I booked for her. She's celebrating today. But so many young girls are looking up to you, Lupita, including old girls like me. You are our megastar. We are very proud of you. Papa Oyo loves you to death. Papa Oyo is one of my baby daddies. These people know me. I've felt terribly. I'm successful in all types of businesses and all types of negotiations, but I've felt terribly in relationships, which I have accepted. I am the one who is on the wrong. All those men cannot be wrong. It is me, actually.
Oh, wow.
I know. So it is not disturbing me. So Papa Oyo loves you very much. He sent me a message and say, I should say hi to you. And I have a special message to you from my family, the family of Rahma, His Excellency, Honorable Shabal, said hi. And many, many of my friends, MC Jessie, you saw so many friends. This crazy girl called Mamito, I would like to bring her to Mexico. She's crazy, she makes me laugh. And Dr. Fueneke, Kenyan celebrities also loves you quite a lot. They love you a lot. And you can see they share the love. So please come visit us more and more so that we can also feel, we can feel you, hug you, show you around. But you have to be careful with that.
No hugs. No hugs. It's COVID.
No, by that time, COVID will shall have ended.
I'll give you Wakanda forever,
Yes, Wakanda. Yes. So please remind them where they can get. Okay, someone said something here special. I think it's from your side about dark skin, something.
Where?
Is it on your?
I'm not. On my wall, on this thing, I'm so bad at this stuff of it, man. Okay, what you read it? You read it. I can't. I'm not sure I'm seeing the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. So they say dark skin girls rock, and we would like to have more books about that to boost our self-esteem, and make sure that these books are read for children from home, so that when they go outside, they've already built an inner skin and they've understood who they are. And let them understand that it's the amount of melanin that determines your skin color. It is not about food, it's not about money, it's about your personal relationship and how God built you, because we are all fearfully and wonderfully made by God. And the skin has to be taken care of.
Right.
It has to be taken care of. So I think we're about to wind up. Do you have any questions?
Well, no, I just wanted to say to all the fans, I mean, it does take a lot to talk to someone and read these, but I've been reading some of the comments, and thank you so much for your participation, for your love. I have to say that, Kenya is my my home, my sanctuary. It's the place I miss most when I'm away from it, and I love being back, and it's just I'm just really grateful for the love that Kenyans show to me, even when I'm far away. It feels really good to be to represent my people and my country for sure. So thank you for the continued love. And I hope that everyone's encouraged not only to read Sulwe, but to support African literature. I think it's really important for us to consume our own stories, because that's the way we boost our self-confidence and make more things possible for us. We are the newest frontier, and so, you know, let's claim our space on the global stage.
Great, beautiful. So I can see fans are jeered about this turn your wounds into wisdom. Yes, definitely. If you are not willing to change, then stop complaining for the names they've given you. On it, on the title. If you feel like it hurts you when they say you're black, you have a solution to go and buy light skin, but you can't buy being black. So black is beautiful. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. When you turn your wounds into wisdom, it makes you stronger. I mean, like, there's some things you can't do anything about. For the girls who are watching, if you have a baby right now, there's very little you can do. The only thing you can do to get rid of that title of being a mother at a young age is killing the baby, which we still know you had a baby. So just own your pain. And every challenge, humiliation is an experience. I didn't know I was strong until I educated and raised 3 girls on my own. Everyone who comes and lives your life is a teacher. Believe them. They may teach you how to deal with pain, humiliation, or they may just teach you that love exists. Happiness won't make sense without a little balance of pain and sadness. You can never know how sweet happiness is unless you've tasted pain. And for the women out there, demand for respect. Any man who comes and tell you he is black, you are black, tell them you have many varieties. You can never change for a man. Only if you respect yourself, people will respect your decision. So you make sole decision for yourself. You should be the last person to have an opinion about yourself, because people's opinion shouldn't become your reality. And right now, please remind us where we can get the books.
Oh, Textbook Center, Mom's Village.
Yes,
for online on Mom's Village.
All right, guys. I don't know what I can do. Maybe we can talk in our small corner and try invite Lupita to come and read this book to our little children. I don't know how it's gonna be. I mean, I can't wait to hear you read this book with your English, and then I will read the Swahili version, because we have here the Swahili version. Please, guys, there's the Swahili version for the Swahili. There you go.
Please. Yes.
There's like Sulwe alizaliwa na rangi ya usiku wa manane.
Right.
And there we go. Sulwe was born the color of midnight. Please let nobody call me black again. I am Sulwe. Call me Sulwe. Then in my mother tongue it says, this is my people. Sulwe alizaliwa na hii ingine ni Sulwe was born, and this other one. If someone stole my mother tongue, or you're left with it. Okay, guys, make sure you grab your copies. We're about to end the live, and thank you very much for tuning in. You can get the books at the Textbook Center, Mom's Village, Rafu Books, Prestige Bookshop, Nuria Bookstore, Bookstop, and I will be posting. We will be reading Sulwe every weekend for our kids. I think Friday is better. When do you think is better? Friday, Saturday? And for those who have bought the books, you can always tag me and hashtag Sulwe, tag Lupita, tag me, hashtag Sulwe.
Thank you so much, Akothee. This is, I mean, your enthusiasm has been amazing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'm honored and privileged to be with you on live today. Actually, to be the first Kenyan, East Africa, to be live with you. God bless you so much. I can't wait to take you on a safari with Akothee Safaris next time you are in Kenya. so that we can. I want to take you to Rongo. I want to take you to Mombasa. I want to take you to Uasin Gishu. I want to take you to Meru. You know, I want to walk you around. So as we distribute Sulwe and also visit some orphanages. Yes, is it orphanages? Please forgive my English. And I will keep you value. God bless you so much, Mama.
Bye. Thank you.
Continue motivating us, and we love you. We support you with all our heart.
Thank you so much. Wakanda forever.
My love. Bye-bye, friends. We are going to wind up now. Should we end now?
I have no idea how to leave. Okay, I found it. Okay, bye.
I need to play it. So now say
okay. Alrighty. Ciao.
Ciao. Wait.